There's so many things that are wrong at what I'm looking at here. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. This mare is just all over the place. Today we're going to talk about maybe how to prepare and what you should be focusing on during the 5 days that we have to deal with DERPY. For those of you that are not aware, DERPY is a special mare. We get a special mare every 8 Skyblock years here on Hypixel Skyblock. Last time we got Scorpius, which added a bunch of new auctions to the Dark Auction, and this time we get DERPY. I honestly am so mixed on DERPY. I'm not sure if I'm excited, if I'm terrified. I'm honestly just scared for the general economy, and it's what even is this mare, man? We're gonna talk about what you need to do to prepare, and I'm gonna do some preparing myself. Before we actually get fully into this video though, only a small percentage of the people who are watching this video right now are actually subscribed, and right now you guys have actually been subscribing. We hit 58,000 subscribers yesterday, so thank you all so much. Road to 60k. We're gonna be there in no time. Consider subscribing. First and foremost, I want to break down the stats that DERPY brings. As you can see, it's going to get elected. It has 87% of the vote right now, and it has 4 stats, that are rather good yet concerning. There's 2 that absolutely terrify me, and 2 that are really good for grinding skills. So first one we have is turbo minions. Minions have double the output, meaning just double the resources, which is actually really good. We'll talk about what minions you can think about using during this time. closed. The auction house will be closed while DERPY is elected. This is very sad. I'm gonna put a tweet up on screen. This was my reply to Minicloon about maybe a week or 2 ago when he said, "Imagine if there was a mare that closed down the auction house." And well, my tweet didn't age well, is what I'm trying to say. Next one, we have double mobs HP. All monsters have double health. That includes dungeon mobs. I got a confirmation from Doctor, so that's a little concerning as well. So slayers and dungeons, it's going to be very strange on how that actually plays out. And the fourth one, the best one by far, more skills. Gain plus 50% more skill experience. I'm going to be telling you guys what skills you should be prioritizing, because there's a lot that you should just ignore for this time period, because there's other ways to get skill XP for those. First and foremost, if you think you're going to need god potions or anything from the auction house over the course of the 5 days that DERPY will be in office, make sure you buy them now. Either make sure you have enough bits saved up for god potions, or you go and buy god potions right now. Make sure you have the right tools for whatever skill you want to tackle. Bazaar will still be open, but there's a lot of materials or maybe even tools that you can only get on the auction house. So take this time right now to go to the auction house as you're watching this and buy whatever you think you're going to need to grind whatever skill you want to aim for, because grinding skills is the best thing you can do during DERPY. Quickly, I want to talk about which skills you should be prioritizing. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's other mares that give perks such as Marina. Marina helps with fishing. So I don't recommend using this plus 50% boost on fishing, because Marina has the same perk but only for fishing. So if you only have fishing to level up, then obviously do that, but save fishing for when Marina's in office. So I'm going to talk about some of the main skills. First off, Aatrox and combat. Do not do combat right now. We're going to be getting a new Revenant Slayer tier very, very soon. I believe the day after DERPY is out of office, we get the new Slayer tier, and that's going to be a perfect time to grind out combat. So don't worry about combat, especially with double mobs during DERPY. Second off is mining. We do get the mining festivals. If this is one of the last skills you have to level up, then do mining. It's going to be still really good. Plus 50% XP boost on anything is really good. Mining's something I'm going to do a little bit of, but it's not going to be the skill that I kind of target on. Farming is one of the big ones. So there's 2 skills that you should definitely prioritize during this event. It is farming and forging. Both of these skills do not have a mare that kind of helps you with those skills. Like, there's no forging mare and there's no farming mare. So now is the perfect time to take advantage of those, as well as with enchanting and alchemy. If you don't have these up to level 50 yet, for example, I'm going to be doing a lot of enchanting over the next 5 days, then make sure you do so. There is a mare called Berry, which gained 15% more enchanting and alchemy XP, but this mare is just simply never going to get elected unless it gets a rework. So take advantage of alchemy and enchanting during this mare as well. But in my opinion, the best skill to do, and people are going to hate me for this because everyone was probably planning it, is forging. I plan on doing forging if I can find lobbies. That is going to be the biggest struggle with forging. So do keep that in mind. Taming is something that levels up with everything. So honestly, any of these top bar skills that you work on will level up your taming. Don't pay attention to that. Same with your rune crafting, carpentry, and social. You don't, obviously those aren't real skills. They're kind of more cosmetic based. So you don't need to worry about those either. But forging and farming, now is the time to tackle those, as well as enchanting and alchemy. Combat, mining, and fishing, you're better off leaving for these 5 days. There are other mares and other events that can help you get those up higher a lot quicker than you're going to be able to with DERPY. So just take advantage of forming and farming. Little PSA for me. In terms of minions on your island, try and look up what minion gives the most skill XP for whatever skill you mainly want to prioritize. So I'm going to either do forging and farming as well as enchanting during my 5 days. Going to go back and forth between the three. And so I do also want to be working on my mining a little bit. So I've placed down a ton of snow minions so I can also be leveling up my mining skill while I'm working on all those other ones. Obviously, this is up to you. Another good one is melon minions if you want to go for farming, fishing minions if you want to go for fishing, and so on and so forth. You guys can kind of figure out where I'm going with this. Whatever skill you want to work on, make sure you take advantage of these minions. And also make sure that you go to the bazaar right now and you buy some catalysts. This is going to be the only time we're going to have a mare like this for a very long time. So definitely I'm going to be taking advantage with hyper catalysts and all these minions, making sure that I have enough for the whole 5 days. Catalysts are very expensive right now, so try and get them before the event actually starts, because I believe that they're actually going to increase again more than they already have. One last thing, I cannot stress this enough. Please be careful when the auction house is closed. I don't want you to get scammed. I don't want you to lose your coins. If you are trading with someone because you want to buy something, prices will probably be inflated because the auction house is closed, and make sure you're buying from someone who is trusted. Do not trust backpack trades, none of that. Make sure you can actually see the item and it's money and the item all in one trade. I really don't want you to get scammed, and that's a little something I'm worried about with the auction house being closed. I'm also worried about the prices just dropping heavily once the auction house opens, because everyone's going to have a bunch of stuff that they've been meaning to sell over the course of those 5 days. So be careful when you're selling or buying as soon as the auction house opens. Let the economy kind of level back out again. But otherwise, it's going to be a really interesting 5 days here on Hypixel Skyblock, so I recommend that you get on and you can actually do some grinding, work on your skills. This is probably the better time than any. Anyways, I know today's video wasn't really content-based. It was more of a PSA. There was a lot of things I wanted to kind of address about this mare. It's unprecedented. We haven't seen something like this before. Scorpius was a one-off case as well, but it was a lot more straightforward. Just new items in the dark auction and gave you 1,000,000 coins for voting for him, stuff like that. This one has pros and cons, and it's going to be really interesting to see the effect it has on Skyblock over the course of those 5 days. Nonetheless, I'll probably be streaming a little bit of my skill grinding process over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ZachPlaysAN live. Make sure you guys tune in over there, follow up, and I will make sure that I'm streaming almost every day during DERPY. So make sure you guys head on over there, turn on notifications, and make sure you're ready for that. I believe that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. Hopefully you guys learned something new or heard something that you needed to hear. Just make sure you're prepared. That's all I really have to say. I've seen some other videos saying it, but I wanted to get one out myself. Really wanted to stress it, and that's what I've been focusing on for the last 24 hours. Make sure you're prepared. Buy the things you need to buy. And yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, take care.